Hi everybody, this is Shariar and you're watching All of Your Business. In All of Your Business we talk about economy. In All of Your Business we talk about major economic happenings across the globe and in Pakistan with our guest Mr. Mehtab Haider. Assalamu alaikum sir.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you sir?
I'm fine.
Sir, I have lots of questions to ask and my first question is that how do you see gold rates going in 2026?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for having me, and the weather is very beautiful.
Very beautiful today.
I think it's very difficult to predict the gold prices globally because it depends on the international trends. But I think, keeping in view the overall international situation, the gold prices will remain fluctuating, but it's very, very hard to predict that how much it's going to increase or decrease. But fluctuation will remain there because it shows that there is an uncertainty in the global market as well.
Right.
That's why we have seen that because of recent some wars, we have seen some slight increase in the POL prices, but then it gets stabilized. Hope so that the gold prices will also remain stable, but I don't want to predict anything.
Right. They are so very unpredictable.
Yes.
Sir, but there was a narrative on social media happening in 2025 and social media users were saying that silver is going to be the new gold. Sir, do you see that happening anytime in the future?
It depends on its exploration because other metals, for instance, precious metals, it depends. But I think gold will remain the most
Gold.
expensive.
Right.
So other metals will also get some kind of importance, but it will not result into decreasing the importance of the gold
Right.
because especially in our culture, gold's importance will
It has a
remain there
special value.
because of we always see that even if someone belonging to any influential family or middle class or lower middle class, without gold there is no marriage.
No marriage, yeah. Absolutely.
So it will continue.
It will continue. So, in 2025 there was a major development that was about the agriculture sector and digitization of it. Sir, would you like to tell us about what happened back there?
Actually, Ministry of Finance, State Bank of Pakistan and Pakistan Banks Associations have launched an app,
All right.
and through this app a farmer can secure a loan up to 1 million rupees. So it's very important because after introduction of technology and introduction of this kind of app, it will help and facilitate the farmers to get loans from the banks because in Pakistan there is a special institutions called Zarai Taraqqiyati Bank, ZTBL, that is meant only to provide borrowing to the farm sector. But there is a need that all the banks utilizing this kind of technology and apps must introduce and facilitate the farm sector. And there is a great potential, immense potential of the farm sector in Pakistan. Although in terms of GDP, the farm sector contribution has reduced, but still major chunk of our labor force belong to the farm sector.
Right.
So if we use the proper technology, we can bring a revolution in our agriculture sector.
Sir, as an expert, what do you think? How much time will it will be required for Pakistan to incorporate technology and AI and digitization in our systems?
Actually, we are moving towards that goal, but it requires a whole synergy within the government, different ministries and departments, as well as the private sector will also bring in or chip in this whole system. So it requires a smooth-free or hassle-free internet. That is the prerequisite for bringing digitization and cashless and overall AI introduction into Pakistani system. And then we are also expecting launch of 5G in Pakistan in 2026. It will also bring a revolutionary change in the IT and telecom sector.
And sir, my favorite question, and I hope our audience's favorite question is about the inflation. So we saw a sharp decline in the inflation in 2025. So what are your hopes for about inflation in 2026?
The inflation receded very sharply, although there was a risk that after the 2025 later part floods, there might be some surge in the inflationary pressures. And we have seen some increase in the food and commodities prices, but now it's settled, and it is hoped that if there is no external shock, the overall inflation will remain hovering around 5 to 6% or 5 to 7% range. But Pakistan requires a low growth, low inflation and higher growth. So this kind of combination is required to accelerate the real growth trajectory of Pakistan. That's very important to bring relief in lives of common citizens of Pakistan.
Right. So in 2026, in 2025, there were FVR targets we talked about in lots of episodes. So do you think this fiscal year it would be easy for FVR to set a target or to achieve the target regarding tax collection?
FBR has already,
it's very early to talk about, but still just an expert opinion of yours.
FBR has already revised its target. The Parliament had approved 14.13 trillion rupees annual collection target. FBR, with the consent of the IMF, has already reduced it to 13.979.
Right.
So, but I don't think that FBR is going to achieve its target. So it would be a challenge for the government to achieve the primary balance as well as the fiscal deficit target agreed with the IMF. And on the other hand, it will also be a challenge that the tax to GDP ratio, which is hovering around 10.33% in the last financial year, it increases up to 11%, because with this kind of reduction in the overall FBR's target, it might decrease instead of increasing. So it's a challenge. And the second challenge, of course, is on the external front. And external front challenge is to slash down the current account deficit, and it should remain within the manageable level so that it didn't result into creating a balance of payment crisis again.
So what good news you are expecting for Pakistan in 2026? Or are you looking forward to personally?
I expect that the GDP growth will remain 3.5%, and then in the next financial year it must go close to 5%, but it should remain sustainable and inclusive growth. Inclusive means the growth which provides benefits to all segments of the society.
Right, sir. Sir, thank you so much.
Always welcome.
That was all for today. If you want us to discuss something more, if you want us to discuss your favorite topic, do let us know in the comments or DM us on our social media, on Instagram, on Facebook or Twitter. Till then, keep watching All of Your Business. This is Shahryar signing out.